The night of December 15th, 2024 is where everything starts to unravel, because that was the evening Offset and Cardi B were spotted celebrating his birthday together in a way fans described as too comfortable for two people supposedly separated. Cameras outside the venue captured them laughing, touching, and moving like a couple that never really broke the cord. And when those clips resurfaced in early 2025, fans began connecting dots they claimed no one wanted to say out loud. If they were still moving like that in mid-December, some believe they were definitely still intimate behind the scenes. At the heart of the online debate is Cardi B's newborn son, born in November, whose timeline has triggered heavy speculation. Fans began pulling pregnancy charts, counting back the months, and pointing out that conception would have occurred around February, right during a period when Cardi and Offset were rumored to be on and off, but still seen together more than either of them publicly admitted. That calculation ignited a wildfire of theories, especially as wide receiver Stefon Diggs remained completely silent about the baby since birth. The silence from Diggs became its own headline. Major sports blogs reported that Diggs hadn't posted a single photo, comment, or even an indirect reference to the child, something fans argue is out of character compared to how he usually handles personal milestones. Some insiders even claim privately that Diggs has been distancing himself from the situation entirely, refusing to engage with any speculation. And that silence made fans turn their attention right back to Offset. Tensions rose dramatically this week when alleged reports surfaced claiming Offset's legal team made a quiet request behind the scenes, a DNA test for Cardi B's newborn son. This detail, while not officially confirmed, immediately sent social media into chaos, with fans arguing the move implies Offset believes, at least to some degree, that he could be the father. Discussions exploded on X, with fans posting screenshots of old videos showing Offset shadowing Cardi during the exact period of conception. What made the situation even messier is the timeline overlap that fans keep highlighting. They point out that while the public narrative focused on Cardi supposedly dating Diggs, there were several unaddressed gaps where Cardi and Offset were still appearing at private events together. Rumored insider statements claim that the two maintained marital habits despite publicly distancing themselves. Whether that means emotional connection, co-parenting overlap, or something deeper is still unclear, yet fans swear the puzzle pieces are aligning too neatly to ignore. Cardi B's own behavior added fuel to the fire. While she never directly addressed the paternity conversation, fans noted how emotional and protective she appeared around Offset in late 2024, even during times when she was publicly arguing with him online. Some believe this emotional volatility was tied to stress behind the scenes, possibly connected to the pregnancy and the uncertainty surrounding it. Again, nothing confirmed, but the online community has been dissecting every interaction like it's a crime scene. Meanwhile, Offset's sudden return to a calmer public persona has also been scrutinized. After months of drama, impulsive posts, and messy public moments, his demeanor has shifted into something fans describe as focused and unusually quiet. Some believe this reflects serious private conversations happening around legalities, paternity, and future responsibility. His refusal to entertain public speculation only intensified curiosity. Insiders also mentioned that Cardi B's recent interview comments about protecting her family at all costs may have deeper context than fans originally assumed. At the time, people thought she was referring to online hate and media pressure. But revisiting the moment now, supporters argue she may have been hinting at a more complicated internal situation, one involving loyalty, truth, and possibly a hidden conflict between Offset and Diggs. Even the way Offset interacted with his other children during that period has resurfaced. Fans claim he appeared more affectionate and visibly emotional around family events in early 2025, which some interpret as a reaction to uncertainty around the newest edition. Again, all speculation, but the online community is that Offset may have been preparing for a difficult conversation long before the public caught wind of anything. And now, with alleged legal inquiries surrounding DNA testing circulating across social platforms, the conversation has reached a boiling point. Questions are growing louder. Did Offset believe he fathered Cardi's new baby while she was publicly tied to Diggs? Was the December birthday celebration the real clue? And why is Diggs still silent if the situation is as straightforward as it initially appeared? The answers remain hidden. But what insiders claim happened next is even more explosive, pulling Cardi, Offset, and Diggs into a confrontation that none of them reportedly saw coming. In the days following the leaked rumor about Offset's legal team requesting DNA verification, online pressure intensified to the point where insiders claimed both households were in full lockdown mode. Alleged reports stated Cardi was furious that such a personal matter was circulating before anything was confirmed privately. Fans noticed she went unusually silent on social media, and every post she did like or repost was immediately dissected for hidden meaning. The energy around her suggested a woman bracing for impact, trying to navigate two conflicting narratives, one involving her longtime partner and another involving a man who had stayed completely mute through the entire ordeal. Offset, on the other hand, was reported to be oscillating between frustration and determination. People close to him allegedly said he felt played with by how fast the situation spun out of his hands. The idea that Stefon Diggs had been publicly connected to a child that Offset himself possibly conceived had reportedly hit a nerve. Some fans even noted how Offset's body language changed at recent events, less flashy, more guarded, as if he was ready to fight a battle people didn't even know about. Whether that battle was emotional, legal, or both is still up for debate. Diggs' silence continued to feed speculation. At this point, fans began tagging him relentlessly, demanding clarity, accountability, or at least acknowledgement. Some sports commentators suggested that Diggs was avoiding the conversation out of fear that any comment, whether in defense or denial, could trigger legal complications. Others believed that he was intentionally distancing himself because he already knew the truth would point elsewhere. Until Diggs speaks, everything remains speculative, but the lack of public engagement is now louder than any statement he could make. Behind the scenes, rumors emerged that Cardi's team was trying to shield her from emotional fallout. Alleged insiders claimed the situation was causing tension among her closest friends because no one knew how much Cardi had privately shared or withheld while everything was unfolding earlier in the year. Some fans resurfaced old livestream clips where Cardi looked stressed and distracted, arguing that now it all makes sense. The internet has turned her past expressions into evidence, applying hindsight to moments that may or may not have anything to do with today's crisis. As the baby's name started trending again, fans pointed out small details about the newborn's features, comparing facial structures with both Offset and Diggs. These assumptions, though unscientific, fueled even more viral threads. Some supporters argued that the baby resembled Offset's other children far more than Diggs, while others insisted it was too early to tell. Regardless, the public fascination with the child's appearance pushed Cardi's fanbase into defense mode, demanding privacy and reminding everyone that the baby is innocent in the crossfire. Offset's camp allegedly grew increasingly impatient, with online whispers suggesting that his attorneys wanted the DNA situation resolved swiftly to avoid reputational damage. They reportedly believed that without confirmation, Offset had left in a dangerous limbo, painted as both a potential absentee father and an outsider interfering in another man's family. The legal team's objective, according to rumors, was to secure clarity before public opinion shaped a narrative that could not be reversed. Meanwhile, social media exploded with theories questioning the timeline between Cardi's late-year reconciliation moments with Offset and the months she was linked to Diggs. Some fans uncovered recordings showing Offset and Cardi riding together in early 2024, long before their breakup was publicly acknowledged. That discovery reignited the belief that their relationship was far more intertwined than the public understood. The more fans looked backwards, the more inconsistencies they found, fueling the idea that February's conception window wasn't as simple as it seemed. Cardi's critics, however, took the opportunity to speculate about why Diggs still hadn't embraced the baby online. They argued that his refusal to engage might reflect private doubts he allegedly had from the beginning. Others countered that Diggs might simply be keeping the baby away from public noise until legal matters settle. The lack of clarity has turned even the most mundane silence into a headline. The emotional weight of the situation appears to be pushing all three parties toward a breaking point. Offset reportedly feels a responsibility to uncover the truth. Cardi is said to be overwhelmed by judgment from every direction, and Diggs may be quietly navigating the possibility that he was dragged into a narrative he never anticipated. Every day that passes without confirmation adds more pressure, more suspicion, and more room for theories to grow uncontrollably. And now, according to alleged insiders, a decision is imminent. Offset's attorneys are reportedly preparing to escalate the matter formally if answers aren't provided soon. Fans fear the next move could turn a private conflict into a full-blown legal spectacle. The question everyone is asking now, if the DNA test is completed, will the results confirm the rumors, end the debate, or ignite an even bigger scandal than anyone expected?